Hi everybody, my name is Jerry Wise, and I want to welcome you back down to Miami South Beach. I'm staying here at the Como Metropolitan Hotel, a wonderful hydrotherapy hotel down here in Miami, and I thought you might enjoy the ocean and what's going on out here. It's a beautiful morning, and I wanted to present a video to you entitled 15 Ways to Stop Obsessing About a Relationship. You may not know me. I'm Jerry Wise, a relationship expert. I'm the director for the Center of Self-Differentiation. And as a self-differentiation specialist, I've been helping individuals, couples, and families for over 40 years now. I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands, of clients who were locked into a relationship with someone in which they found themselves obsessing about them. Thinking, planning, their mind going, behaviors, obsession or compulsive behaviors with relationships, can't let people go. They go into a relationship, come out, find themselves going back into a relationship. That's true in narcissistic relationships and a lot of other dysfunctional relationships. And I'm talking about people who be spouses, friends, significant others, partners, parents, or family members. Anybody that we're obsessing about. And we can't get unhooked from them. So what do I mean by obsessing? I mean it's the experience of being other focused. Not me focused, not other focused. Totally other focused. Codependents tend to do that. A lot of adult children of dysfunctional families are other focused. And the focus on others tends to intensify our anxiety. And then as that anxiety goes up, we obsess even more. And then we focus on the more, our anxiety goes up, or we focus on the more, try to interact with them, our anxiety comes down, and then when we don't feel the connection, the obsession starts again, and it starts going back up again, and we have this obsessive process that goes on. We constantly think about them, we call them, we might even stalk them. We look for a call all the time. We're checking out their Facebook, YouTube page, everything we possibly can. We ask siblings about other family members because we might be obsessing about dad. And we're always trying to get in the mix of things because our obsession with them is very intense. We diagnose the other, we fix the other, we caretake the other, we overfunction, we feel hurt, we feel victimized, traumatized, and what I call, we have them under our skin. They get under our skin. That's that experience of obsessing about someone. And we also tend to feel very, very needy with regard to them. In addition, we can have a hard time speaking up for ourselves because they are our obsession. Because we can't speak up for ourselves and be ourselves because our focus is all on them and self is invisible and gone. When we obsess, we never see what part of our lizard brain or that limbic system that's behind the obsession. All we feel is the obsession part. We don't know what's behind it and what's driving it and the anxiety that's producing that obsession. We don't have enough standalone self to be able to not obsess. And there are many other symptoms as well. I just wanted to give you some ideas. Most of you know kind of what that obsession's about and how it feels and what the experience is. So what do I teach my clients to do when obsession or codependent obsession or enmeshment obsession is a problem? And again, this is what I teach clients. There are about 15 points. There are probably many others as well, but at least here's some of the core ones that I try to help people with reducing that obsession. First of all, focus on you. The focus has always been on them. Focus on you. Again, easier said than done. It's very simple, but it's not easy. And I can teach you how to do that and help you resolve things that help you focus and become yourself and focus on you rather than always being other focused. Let's say that the self is a car and you're driving, but the steering is broken. And and focusing on you is like working hard to keep your car on the road with broken steering. I need to consult my client John, who knows everything about cars, and to help me with this analogy. And staying on the road is difficult if you've got a steering problem and you keep trying to stay on the road, but you keep heading off of it into obsession because you can't stay focused on self. And I coach clients how to stay on the road with broken steering to begin with, and then we work together to fix the steering on the self car itself. And it feels like this, that what happens is we end up getting focused on the other, and we keep having to bring ourselves back to focusing on ourselves. And then we head back over steering wise, and we're running off the road focusing on the other again, and then we have to work at helping ourselves get back on focus again. And I teach you how to move your face back over here on the road, which is a part of helping you to drive that car down the road rather than off the road by obsession. And as you do that, and as you keep doing that, what happens is you go less further towards obsession, and then you come back, and a little less towards obsession, and then you come back. And this is what I teach you to do here, to bring you back to focus on yourself. Now, I can't go in depth on each of these 15 ways to stop obsession. Each of them could require a video of themselves, but I wanted to give a quick and dirty rundown of those. Secondly, stop over-functioning, doing too much, trying too hard, giving too much, worrying too much, fearing too much, and stop standing on your own 4 feet. Now, why would I say stop standing on your own 4 feet? Because you're standing on your feet and their feet too, because you're obsessing on them. We begin to learn to stand on our own 2 feet, not all 4 feet. And there are ways we can certainly begin to behaviorally stop over-functioning, because that over-functioning causes even more and more obsession. Thirdly, examine and explore the downsides of obsessing about another. In other words, if I stop doing it, which sounds like a good thing, right? That's a great thing. Jerry, I just want to stop doing it. And if I did, all the world would be wonderful if I would just have this good thing of stopping the obsession. Well, actually, there are downsides. And these downsides are what I call, they are the downsides of a good thing. And if you identify those downsides of a good thing, which is taking kind of a paradoxical approach, you can begin to heal that, and then you can enjoy the good things of the good parts of a good thing. For example, if I were to stop obsessing about Mary, who's, let's say I'm in a relationship with, and I can't stop obsessing about her. I don't know if she's talking to somebody else. I don't know if she's, I don't know if she loves me as much as I love her, those kinds of things. If I were to stop obsessing about her, what would be the downsides? I fear she might leave me. If I stop obsessing, she may just go away. I'll be abandoned. I'll be abandoned if I stop obsessing. I will have to see them as they truly are. I'll have to see Mary as she truly is. I will have to deal with me if I stop obsessing. And I'll have to learn to stand alone. All these things are not fun to hit us in our face, and the reality of that. I will have to face that I choose people who are not emotionally available to me, for example, who cannot commit or be healthy, or who know anything about mature intimacy. Well, that's no fun to face that. Let me tell you what's a good distraction. Obsessing. I don't want to face those fears. I'm going to obsess. Then I don't have to deal with those. If I dealt with those, I wouldn't need to be obsessing, and the obsessing wouldn't be happening. So fourthly, work on anxiety reduction. Anxiety creates a lot of, anxiety and anxiety binding creates a lot of obsession and interacts with a lot of obsessive work. So we learn to be more calm. We can meditate, do yoga, music, biofeedback, hot tub, hot bath, things that we can learn to calm ourselves. Because as our anxiety starts to go up, we then start to obsess, then we get connected with Mary, and then the anxiety goes back down. Then when things happen between us, or I start getting worried again, or obsessing about them, the anxiety goes back up. And then I gotta obsess about Mary, and then when I get back with her, then it goes down. So if I can deal with my anxiety, I can really begin to deal with my obsession. Make sure we're, Fifthly, stop fault finding. Stop blaming. Stop sending negative energy, negative vibes. It only tightens the obsession all the more. Stop looking for her lies. Stop checking her phone. Stop demonizing them, or stop demonizing him, or your parents, or your mother, or whoever you obsess upon, whoever you're focusing upon. Focusing on their weak side, ignoring reality or the wholeness of them, and not having a holistic perspective of them. Mary may not be a bad person. She may be very different and isn't meeting my needs because my needs are not met by me. So I want her to meet them. Well, I'm going to criticize and obsess about her until she meets needs I should be meeting for myself. And so I'm going to think negative of her. Oh, she just is not going to do for me what I think she should be doing for me. So we want to stop that fault finding and blaming. Sixthly, we can use CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy. That's a cognitive behavioral help. David Burns, in his book Feeling Good, is a good example. There are many other workbooks and things to challenge our negative and irrational thoughts about the one you're obsessing about. Those fearful, paranoid, jealous thoughts, neediness, fear of abandonment, all kinds of, hey, if we break up, I will just completely won't be able to survive. That's an irrational thought. Of course you'll survive if you break up. You're going to break up if you get a divorce. You're going to survive if you get married. You're going to survive. You can survive and you'll be okay. It's just we don't tend to believe that, and we have all these irrational thoughts. And he's probably at work right now, or Mary's probably at work right now, flirting with all the guys at her workplace, and we obsess about that. Now, in a few small cases, it's actually true. They may be unfaithful. That may be happening. I understand that. But many times our obsession is not completely realistic at all. Not every woman is interested in my husband. In fact, I'm sure almost every woman or person there cares about my husband or boyfriend. And it's crazy and unlikely that it even be possible that everybody there is caring about your boyfriend or caring about your girlfriend. That's too grandiose. Nobody's focusing on that, and so this work helps us to reduce catastrophizing. Seventh, focus on the good things of your life. Good relationships with your family. Again, you're getting focused back on you. Turning this around, getting focused on you. The church you love to go to. Having a great boss, or a good job that you have that you enjoy. That I lost a pound last week by walking more. I went to an ACOA meeting or a CODA meeting or a support group at church. That I have a fantastic friend who's wonderful and would do anything for me and is a lovely person. And they're a great guy, a great gal. And we focus on the good things of our life rather than obsession about the other person. Eighth, begin to let go of your end of the rope in the obsession, in the arguing, in the pushing and pulling and distancing that we do back and forth as a pendulum in a relationship that we're obsessing about. The drama play, the roller coaster. Begin to let go of your end of the rope so you guys aren't doing a tug of war emotionally in the relationship system. I'm not going to get her to even see this my way. So how can I accept her and her autonomy and then adjust my life accordingly? For example, I want her to, we want to have a baby. I want her to have, I've had couples where I want her to have a baby. She needs to have a baby. Well, she's always said she really doesn't want to have a baby. Well, I always wanted to have a baby. Now we're going to obsess about this and argue about this time and time again. Can I accept? No. This is how she sees it. I need to accept that and her. And so I need to stop my obsession. Now what am I going to do with my life? Do I want to be with her? And if having a baby is more important than being with her, then you better find somebody else. At least you're not going to be tugging and yanking and pulling on her, and you're making yourself miserable. And in that environment, a kid's not going to grow up very healthy. So we begin to accept other people the way they are, even with their warts and failures and negative traits. 9, stop wishing upon a star for them or about them. I wish this would happen. If only that would happen. I'm dreaming about that happening. Once we get into that, that's a part of that obsessing process. 10th, start being you, yourself in the relationship. That means your values, your beliefs, heading where you're heading, with or without them. What do you want? What do you need? And focus on what do you believe? What do you, well, my husband won't go to church with me. Well, go to church and see what might happen. If you're comfortable and more at ease with you, then we'll see what happens. But don't keep arguing and fighting and obsessing over your husband not going to church when he's got other issues as to why he doesn't want to go. He had a bad church experience growing up. He had a bad job experience over there doing that. And he's just not, he's got the brakes on. So go ahead and push on the accelerator for your life. Let them be and see how that begins to shape the relationship. Because it really can. Calmness, lack of anxiety, lack of reactivity changes relationships incredibly. 11, stop waiting to feel heard or understood. Well, if only I could be heard and understood. They just don't hear me. Mary just doesn't understand me. She's just not hearing my point. I'm trying to explain that to her. Why can't she get that through her head? Why can't she accept what I'm saying? And again, I'm trying to get her to feel heard and understood. Because when I grew up, I didn't feel heard and understood. That comes right on into my relationship with Mary. 12, and that's dealing with family of origin issues also will help us reduce that obsession. Dealing with our issues help to reduce the obsession. 12, utilize paradoxical acceptance. Accepting the fact I'm not ready to stop obsessing. Can you accept yourself? Truly accept that you're not ready to stop obsessing and own it. Most of the time we're always resisting that, but then we get caught in a neurotic pull where, shouldn't be doing this, but I can't help myself. Well, then I go, well, can you say to me, I'm not ready to stop obsessing? Once they say that, clients I talk to go, gosh, I feel so much relief. I'm not ready to stop obsessing. And it starts to calm them down and settle them down where they can go, hey, it tells yourself inside, it tells your inner self, you truly have a choice. Because if you're not ready to stop obsessing, that means you could be ready to stop obsessing when you're ready. And that means midwifing. And I help people midwife so they can have that baby of giving up that obsession. But it goes through the acceptance. And in fact, you can even look up online, Paradoxical Acceptance. There's some really good articles online you ought to take a look at. It's a very powerful tool. 13, thought stopping. That's a simple behavioral approach of put a rubber band around your wrist. Every time you think about them, give yourself a little snap. We want to change our brain about us focusing on them, and that's thought stopping. I want to stop those thoughts that I'm having because they're not helping me, they're not helping the relationship. Obsession does not help a relationship. It won't make it move forward. We just think it will from our limbic system, the unconscious. We just think that will do it. 14, if you fail or relapse, start again. Because again, if your face goes over to obsession, you come back over again. And if you find yourself, oh, I relapsed, I'm back, well, let's start again. And the more you do that, the more you're going to stay focused. And then 15, with really severe obsessions, I help people use the 12 steps, just like somebody giving up alcohol. You're addicted to Mary, you're addicted to Bob, and let's go, I'm addicted to my boyfriend and my life has become unmanageable. Just like I'm addicted to alcohol and my life has become unmanageable. It's the first step of AA. 12-step program can be a real help to you in dealing with that obsession if it's really severe and damaging your life. 12-step work helps with really severe obsession and love addiction. Well, folks, I'm about ready to head back home to Indiana. It's been wonderful down here in Miami, and I wanted to offer you this short video. The topic could be expanded to 3 hours, but I wanted to give you some snapshot help for those of you who find yourself obsessing about family of origin, relationships, people in your life. I have many more free videos on my YouTube channel, Jerry Wise Relationship Systems. I have 150 or so videos out there for you to watch. I've got some pay-per-view videos coming up. I hope that you will join my YouTube channel, subscribe, you'll get every new video that comes out. Join my Facebook, same name, Jerry Wise Relationship System. Twitter is @JerryWiseRS. And my website is jerrywiserelationshipsystems.com. You can contact me. There's going to be some exclusive content coming up on Facebook as well. There's already some up there that you don't get on the videos. You can see my contact information on the screen. Give me a call, send me an email, give me a little bit of time to respond to you. Contact me for personal coaching and help with your relationships. I want to thank you for joining me down here in Miami South Beach, and I want to thank you for watching, and have a great day.